Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for being here. I'm Reverend Valentine, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to our Sunday service. This is our spiritual home. And with this being our spiritual home, we are very grateful that you're here because you make up our spiritual home. Without you, there would not be any home. So what I'd like to do is tell you some of the announcements before we really start on the service. One of the things is I'd like to thank all the bingo people who helped with bingo on Wednesday. And is there anybody in this room who helped with bingo? And if there is, please stand. Wow. So we had other people helping. Isn't that amazing? And they're not here. Well, we're going to thank them anyway. Okay. Also, the other thing that I would like to do is announce that there's a board meeting after the service. And if anyone wishes to stay for the board meeting, please do, because then that way you'll find out what's going on and you have a better idea. And you also might decide that you would like to be a board member and sit on the board. So can I start this service with doing an opening affirmation? It should be right in your program. Right now, I make the choice to enter into a greater experience of life. I open myself to a flow of all good from the infinite source. Health, abundance, and loving relationships enrich my life. I enrich my world simply by living the truth of my own divinity. I am one with God, and so it is. And this morning, Edith and her band would like to honor us with a song. So Edith.
We're going to do Part of the Family. You can stand up. It's on page 77 in your books. If you look underneath the seats there, you might find a book in front of you, or hopefully. Page 77, Part of the Family, and that's by James Manley. God Fills All the Universe, and that's on page 21 in your books.
God fills all the universe, its presence is
Lou, can I please have you come up and talk about our children and do our word for the day for the children?
Good morning. I think I have a couple children here today. Are you coming? Okay, we have two today. And what we do with the children is called Fun School. And we do go and have some fun. We spend a few minutes talking about the word of the day. And then we do some crafts. We might do some artwork. We're never quite sure what's going to go on. Usually seasonal. So if we have any children out there, we would love to have you come to the center. The parents can take part in our service, and the children can come and join me in the Fun School. So the word for today, assertiveness. Do either of you want to try that one? Madonna, what do you think it means? You don't know, Haley?
I don't know.
You don't know either? Okay. Well, assertive means standing your ground. Being assertive means to be positive and confident. It means knowing that you are a worthwhile person created by God. When you're assertive, you think for yourself. You show the strength to do what you know is right. It means you can't be talked into doing anything that you don't think is right. Sound good? Okay. So our affirmation for the children, I am assertive and I get the job done. Would you join? And I get the job done. Thank you. And kids, let's go see what we can find to do.
And now I'd like to ask Juliet to please come up and do a meditation for us.
Good morning. I'd like you to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath and go within. And release. And as you breathe in, know that you are connected with Creator energy, unconditional love, perfect healing. Know that as you allow that beautiful energy to seep through every single part of your body, every cell, every level, organ, muscle, it seeps right in you. And as you allow it to take over, you become part of that beautiful energy that we call Creator. And know that Creator is unconditional love, perfect health, perfect healing on all levels, emotional, spiritual, and physical. So again, take a deep breath, knowing that it is your experience right here and right now. You are perfect in every way. You are loved. You are an expression of God. So as you breathe that in and bring that back with you, know that it stays within your experience right here and right now. And as you come back into the room, know that it is done. And so it is.
Thank you. What I'd like to do now is ask the board members to please stand. So if you're on the board, please stand. So Russ is our treasurer, Diane is our secretary, Karen is our president, and you're one of our members. So these people really truly help guide the center, the church. So I'd like to give them a big hand and thank them. Thank you very much for being here. So like I said before, if you have any interest of sitting on a board, please do so. So what I'd like to do now is introduce somebody that I think is very special at this church. She's been here for many, many years, and we owe a lot of credit to her and a lot of thanks, because she has basically been here mostly every Sunday. Unless she's on a holiday, she's cruising somewhere in Europe or doing something special. Like she tells me that at the end of the month, she's going on a great big cruise. So I think that's wonderful. So Reverend Judy, could you please come up and give us our... And she's going to tell us how to play with money.
It's not? Yes, it is. And it helps if that is right side up. And these I don't need quite yet. Money. What kind of a relationship do you have with money? Do you love it? Who loves money? Why don't you? If you don't, I can't hear you.
I enjoy spending it.
You enjoy spending it, all right. But there is this idea that talking about money or loving money is wrong somehow. How many of us were brought up like that? Money, you have to have some to put food on the table, but don't talk about it and don't have any affection for it. And you know what one of our writers says? I love money, money loves me. I'm on my way to prosperity. That was a songwriter called Jai Josephs, and he and Louise Hay collaborated on this, and it actually was in the book, one of Louise Hay's books, How to Love Yourself, I think is the name of that book. But I love money, money loves me. I'm on my way to prosperity. Do you want to hear something else about money? And this writer, I've forgotten who it was. It might have been Raymond Charles Barker or Eric Butterworth, but I have an idea it was somebody else. He said, I am an idea in the mind of God. Money is an idea in the mind of God. These two ideas now coalesce, and I am one with money. I am one with God. Money is an idea in the mind of God. Why not be one with money? Anybody object to that? Does anybody find it disgusting that I'm talking about loving money? All right, I've got the right people are here. So, and I've got a marvelous page of quotations, and guess what? I've made copies of it, so you can each have we'll hand out copies of that later on. But when you were a child, what was money to you? Now, I was born in 1940, which was a day or two back. The war had been going on for a year by then, and my father, like a lot of other fathers, went overseas. He became a tank mechanic and lost a couple fingers in the lid of a tank when they snapped it down a bit too fast. But when he came back, well, I guess I was 5 or 6 when he came back. But up to that point in time, at least, money wasn't even an idea in my head. I had no awareness of money as such. And as as I grew a little older and we moved to Calgary, then I started getting an inkling of what money was all about. Because if I had a nickel, I could buy candy. So there's where my awareness of money started to develop. And each of you will have your own story of when you first became aware of money and what it could do in terms of buying. At that time, when I was a kid, you could get some candies at 3 for a penny. So if you had a nickel, that was 15 candies. That was prosperity in my life. So that was where I started off. But you know, we were a family of 6, and by that time my dad was working as a heavy-duty mechanic with the provincial government, making enough to make ends meet, but there wasn't much left over. That was really for sure. And yes, food on the table, shelter, heat, everything that we actually required. And my sister, who was 2 years older than I, she and I had our separate wardrobes, but we exchanged. We could wear each other's clothes, so we didn't have to go to school wearing the same thing all the time. But that was my story of my earlier years. And in terms of money, of course, I started babysitting when I was 10, and then I was wealthy. I had more pennies to spend on candy or a new blouse or a sweater. But money, I have no idea what I thought about it. Well, yes, I do. Probably that was hard to come by. There wasn't a lot of money, and I must admit, when I got money, I spent it faster than I earned it. And that kind of persisted with me until, guess what? When I ripe old age of 52, I walked into a center for spiritual living. And my ideas about money started changing gradually, a little at a time. So think about your own beliefs about money, where they were, well, for people like Nell and I, quite a ways back. For many of you, not too long ago, we get teenagers and younger people like Kathy and Edith and Gord are just youngsters here, you know. But but we develop our ideas about prosperity and where our place in the world is in terms of prosperity. And if we have developed the idea that somehow or other we're not as good as the people who have money to spend and money to share and money to let it flow, we think somehow we're different or maybe not as good as. Maybe we're just not as good at thinking about money as available. Maybe we haven't learned to know that I love money and money loves me. I'm on my way to prosperity. If we haven't learned that, we're going to have a little lesson in that. I think I'll do it right now instead of later on. See this envelope? It has a brand new, new to me, new out of the bank, $20 bill in it. And I'm putting it into the middle of a bunch of envelopes. And I'm going to ask, Adrian, will you come up and hand these envelopes out, one to everybody? Just don't start from the bottom. Oh, yeah, but hold on for a minute or two. Yeah, just sit down for a minute, Adrian. Let me do this little bit of meditation first. Let's clear our minds of everything except the idea of money. Visualize a crisp, fresh $20 bill in your hand. Imagine it. Imagine yourself opening the envelope, taking out the $20 bill and smiling, thinking of whether you'll use it for, well, as in my case as a child, for candy or a form of candy. What it means to you. Maybe it's part of a tank of gas. But think of holding that $20 bill, visualizing it, feeling what it feels like in your hand. See it. See the colors. See the markings. See the 20 with a dollar sign in front of it. Imagine having that $20 bill just delivered to you from the universe, and you didn't have to do a thing to earn it. It simply came to you. Hold that vision in your mind as Adrian passes out these envelopes. One of them has that $20 bill in it. And whoever winds up with the envelope that has the $20 bill in it, it won't be just because you were lucky. It'll be because your visualization was strong enough to attract that $20 bill. It's totally random. Just know that you have the power within you to bring to yourself whatever it is that you require or desire, unless it harms someone else. And know that your good never takes away from someone else. It is totally blessed, totally a blessing. We're nearly done. I'm really curious to see whose consciousness attracted that $20 bill. Well, open the, okay, and one for yourself. And some to spare. All right, open your envelopes, and whoever's got the $20 bill, raise your hand. Of course. Of course. That is so totally fitting, because Reverend Valentine is a magnet for prosperity because she believes in it. But it has to have gone and found its home with the person who has the strongest consciousness of abundance. And it found its right home. So is that a lesson? Can you learn from it? Can you learn that consciousness is what's ruling your life, and you are feeding your consciousness everything that you think about? If you think about, I can't afford to do this, I can't afford to do that, guess what? You get to be right. If you think, I'll find a way. I really want to do that river cruise in Portugal. I'm going to do it. That's mine. The end of the month. But it's, when you hear the words, it's all consciousness, believe it. That everything you tell yourself or say about yourself goes into your consciousness and winds up producing a result. Valentine's consciousness attracts financial well-being, attracts financial abundance. Am I right? Yes. She has spent a lifetime demonstrating that. So I absolutely love how that worked out, because it's the best lesson I could probably teach. And that, I would say, was playing with money. Like, the title of the talk isn't necessarily what I was keen on, but this exercise was playing with money. So thank you for participating, and I'm so happy that everybody got a chance to see how that works. Because that envelope was just stuck in at random in that pile of envelopes, and Adrian didn't pick and choose who he gave what envelope to, he just passed them out. So, tend to your consciousness if you want more money. Keep putting in ideas of $20 bills, $100 bills raining on you. Bathing in them if you like, but make them waterproof first. There's a little story in a book called Prosperity Plus 2. Mary Morrissey shares the story of going to hear Raymond Charles Barker speak. Now, Raymond Charles Barker is a wonderful writer and a wonderful metaphysician. He wrote the book, come to me, come on. Something about choosing. What is this title? Whatever, I'll think of it before I'm finished here. Anyway, she went to hear Raymond Charles Barker speak. He was in his 70s, elegantly dressed, with a head of white hair. He pulled out several $100 bills from his wallet, spread them out so everyone could see them. Then he said, this is money. I love money. He then proceeded to kiss the money. Mary recalls that she was horrified, thinking he wasn't even spiritual. Then Raymond said, if you had any thought of revulsion, repulsion, or judgment about money, money heard you. Why would money go where it's not loved? Why would you not love the symbol of your freedom? Now imagine if I had a little boy here and I held him up and said this is my grandson. I love my grandson, and proceeded to kiss him. If you thought any differently about me loving money and me loving my grandson, you were programmed that it's not okay to love money. Does that get the point across? Does that tell you that that yes, money can be talked about, money can be loved, and it's not a shame. It's not something to be ashamed of. And in our material, there's one paragraph that I copied and inserted into my talk. And it's advice. It says, sit with money, preferably a large bill, $100 or such. And it might be a $20 bill. As you contemplate this bill, listen to the chatter that happens in your mind. Use this as an opportunity to discover what you're really feeling about money, bringing a sense of wonder to this everyday thing. Jot down any old limiting beliefs that you no longer want. Remember, jot down limiting ideas and beliefs. Release them in a fire. Take those notes of your limiting belief and burn them. Then write the truth-based belief you want to incorporate going forward. So then what are you going to write that you want to keep? I love money. Money loves me. I'm on my way to prosperity. Well, they're good words to remember. And they were written by a very spiritual person, one of our Science of Mind writers. New meditation, you can do a practice meditation, if you like, not just once, but maybe every day. If you're in a position where you really feel the need or the desire to demonstrate more cash in your life, practice seeing your money going out and bringing home more. That's pretty simple. Look at your money, visualizing it going out and bringing home its friends. Picture treating money with love and respect. Picture comfortably writing the check for a child's university tuition, for wedding expenses, for a major holiday trip. Whatever it is for you that maybe you think now you can't afford, sit in meditation and visualize yourself either entering the numbers on your computer to confirm a trip or a gift or that tuition or that wedding expense. Picture it and see yourself smiling as you do whatever it is, whether it's writing a check is an easier visual, but practice it. And if one day you're practicing, you're doing that, and seeing yourself writing a tuition check for a child or a grandchild, and these thoughts come up, I don't know how we're going to do this. We'll do it, but instead of going to God is my supply, God is my supply. Every need is met. I love money. Money loves me. I'm on my way to prosperity. So as you look at your money situation, what does it say that you believe about it? How do you feel about words like lavish, opulent, extravagant? Everybody will have their own answer. How will you begin to expand your expectancy of good this week? Give it some thought. How will you begin to expand your expectancy of good? My own choice from, creating a talk is really a wonderful exercise. As you've heard many of us say, it gives us fresh ideas. So I wrote as sort of as an affirmation, I choose to see money and wealth, opulence and play, and fun and givingness, all as one big happy family, enjoying themselves in my consciousness. So, I choose to see money and wealth, opulence and play and fun and givingness, all as one big happy family, enjoying themselves in my consciousness. That's a pretty solid affirmation. And so we go back to, I am an idea in the mind of God. Money is an idea in the mind of God. These two ideas now coalesce, and I am one with money. I use my wisdom with money. I play with money wisely. I enjoy money. I share money. I see myself as worthy of having money to play with, to share with, to simply accept as my birthright. There's a biggie. Can you accept wealth and money and the availability of money as a divine birthright? And all you have to do is open your consciousness and keep feeding it these ideas. And you'll be amazed at what happens. Just like Valentine attracting that $20 bill. It's all consciousness. And in closing, I'm going to quote Joseph Murphy. I am now writing in my subconscious mind the idea of God's wealth. God is the source of my supply, and all my needs are met at every moment of time and point of space. God's wealth flows freely, joyously, and ceaselessly into my experience, and I give thanks for God's riches forever circulating in my experience. And so it is. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
And, Adrian, will you do me, pass these out too, please? Thank you.
Can we do the prosperity affirmation, please? As I am blessed with all the abundance that life has to offer, so I bless others through my giving ways. I give generously of myself, my time, and my treasure. I am a free-flowing channel for the gifts of spirit flowing to me, through me, and from me. I live in a state of thanksgiving, and so it is. And now we get a song from our musicians.
Talk, we have to do the prosperity song.
You're right.
So I'm sure that you can help us with the chorus because you've heard it quite a few times now, okay? So by J. Michael Josephs. Here we go. I love myself. prosperity. Now I don't need to hide my money like some buried treasure. I circulate it lovingly and use it for my pleasure. And when my bank account gets low, that doesn't mean I'm in trouble. 'Cause every dollar that I spend will come back to me double. I love myself, I'm on my way. I'm getting richer every day. I love money and money loves me. I'm on the road to prosperity. Now I don't need to waste my time in a job that I find boring. There's many creative ways to learn. I can spend my time exploring. Making money by working hard is fine, there's no denying. But getting paid for fun and play is far more satisfying. I love myself, I'm on my way, getting richer every day. I love money and money loves me. I'm on the road to prosperity. Abundance flows into my life. I know it won't be leaving, 'cause I cleared out the fear and doubt that kept me from receiving. I love myself, I'm on my way. I'm getting richer every day. I love money and money loves me. I'm on the road to prosperity. I love myself, I'm on my way, getting richer every day. I love money and money loves me. I'm on the road to prosperity. I'm on the road to prosperity. I'm on the road to prosperity.
Right. Do we have that one in the book?
No, but we're going to put it in.
You betcha. Okay, let's do our closing affirmation. This day, I judge with righteous judgment. I recognize the good that I am, and I see the good in others. I learn to step back from words and thoughts of criticism, and instead find ways to praise and support. I live in a state of unconditional love and acceptance of myself and others, and so it is. And now our I love myself. Thank you.
And you're welcome to stand. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love you the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind your fears, your rage and tears, I see your shine.
Okay? So take a deep breath and know that we attract prosperity. We attract love. We attract all of the good things that we want in our lives. And it is a glorious life. It is an adventure. It is one with you, one with me. You are an expression of God, expression of the Creator. And as such, you attract all the beautiful and wonderful things in life. I know it is so, and so it is. And now the peace song.